Welcome to Deep Thought. Many people are touch deprived. Now, I talked about people being invisible, feeling invisible, but many people are touch deprived. You know what? We need touch. Everybody is human. People need to be touched. I remember I mentioned in my last podcast about this gym I worked at. But I remember one thing. I remember interacting with a woman there who was a massage therapist. And she was a sweetie. Sometimes she'll just like start rubbing my back and everything. I was like, oh. It felt good. But then she was Jamaican. And I remember she saying Americans are so touch deprived. It is. If you think about it, as a culture, we real funky about touch. We are extremely funky about touch. And see, I was thinking about that because, I say the massage therapist was Jamaican. That's one thing. If when you in the islands or something, anybody Caribbean can tell you, they touch you. If they cool with you, they hugging. And it don't mean anything sexually. It don't mean anything sexually at all. It just means that's just how they communicate because people need that touch. If you get a child who doesn't receive a lot of touch growing up, they ain't going to have a sad life. They are going to have a sad life and they're going to behave a certain way. It's just like if somebody feels like they're invisible. People who got touch deprived, they might start something just so they can get that touch. Indeed, hugging is actually healing. They're saying, hugging, a 20-second hug can relieve a lot of stress and everything. Very important because they need that touch. And I've seen it up close and personal. When you get someone who regularly gets touch, they feel good. They feel good about themselves. They feel good. It actually affects certain chemicals within their bodies. Now, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't tell you the exact ones. Perhaps a medical professional listening can actually enlighten us. On this channel, me. I ain't gonna lie, on my men's channel, you out of pocket. I don't have a problem either deleting or blocking. On this channel, I just say as long as it's intelligent, and this is the channel for you to think. So I definitely a medical professional is somebody who's familiar with even just maybe, for lack of a better term, touch therapy. Please chime in. But many people are going through that. A lot of people just not having that regular hug, just not having somebody just touch them, not in a sexual way. Let me be clear about that. Not in a sexual way, but in just a friendly way. It's needed. Like when you have babies, they need a lot of touch. They need to be held. Indeed, in some cultures, a baby isn't left alone. A baby is constantly in touch with their mother, being touched by their mother and other relatives until they might be 6 months, years old. They might not touch the ground. They are constantly, because, let's be real, in many cultures, other cultures outside of Western culture, they realize the importance of many things. That touch is something. Because I'm going to tell you something now. That touch is so deep. Say you have a child that's born, but the mother is, for whatever reason, not as affectionate, doesn't touch the child as much. That child going to grow up with some serious issues. And seriously, it's a big thing. It's a major thing. Like babies need touch more than ever, and then adults need touch. Adults need touch. And, sometimes people recognize this. They recognize, look, people need touch. Indeed, you have businesses now. You actually have businesses now where people get paid just to cuddle somebody. It's not even a sex thing, just to cuddle. Think about that. It's not sexual, just to touch. Or somebody they'll pay for a massage therapist, not to work out the muscles or relax, but knowing that they have this other person just to touch them. People need that. Like touch itself is healing. People need that. But see, I don't know, it's become like a more of a rigid culture. And then even when sometimes people touch, let me go back into the sex thing, they touch it inappropriately. Let me say that again. They touch it inappropriately. And it's not love, it's just lust. Sometimes it's power. But we all need that. We need that. We need that good feeling, you know? And I'm going to tell you what. Like I said, I've seen the results of it. Like a lot of people don't know that, I don't talk about it as much, but Tantra. Like a Tantra exercise is just simply going in a circle. Like I remember at a Tantra workshop I was at, and the big deal was you had men on the outer circle, women in the inner circle, and people were just taking time just to hug each other. Just to hug. I mean, especially in some holistic communities, they will have exercises of that sort. And it's healing. It's healing. Like if you find somebody feeling real bad, real sad, they just need that hug. Again, and I'm not going to call any names. It was a particular gentleman at this one Tantra workshop, and he was going through a lot of pain. He had gone through a lot of pain despite all he's done for people. And I remember standing up. And telling the women to hug him. So, I mean, it was a powerful event. Many people just need that. People need that, you know? Like if you have good friends or something, ain't nothing wrong with hugging them, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with it, you know? Even if it's same sex, because it's not sexual, you know? Of course, the men, we got to play it off, give that one brother hug, but, you know, that's cool. That's cool, you know? Because, like I said, it ain't sexual, but we need that contact, you know? We need that contact. So that's the thing, all right? You know, and especially if it's your family members or something. We need that contact. So I want y'all to really think on that and get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.